Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. We could win an Emmy tonight, Tony. But isn't it just an honor to be nominated?
I'm Tony Kornheiser. What are you, chump? No, it's not an honor just to be nominated.
Orange slices and participation?
No.
That doesn't do it for you?
No, I want to win it.
Yeah.
We've won it a few times. I want to win it again.
Getting greedy.
I don't think so. I mean, I think we should win it.
I think greed's okay.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it Gordon Gekko who once said greed is good? It's a long time ago. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Florida Panthers are back on the ice. Baseball tests high tech for check swings, and Kendrick Perkins joins us for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with the NBA's Western Conference Finals, which begin tonight in Oklahoma City between the Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oklahoma City has home court by virtue of finishing 5 spots ahead of Minnesota in the regular season and having 19 more wins than Minnesota. But the teams split their season series and each team won once on the road. So armed with all that, Wilbon, which way are you leaning?
This is really hard. Really, really hard. You know, from the days of October when the season started, I said Oklahoma City was going to win a championship this year. I also told you the Celtics wouldn't because it's too hard.
You were right on that.
They're right on those. And now I get here when it's time to wave the OKC flag, and I look at the teams, and there's one guy to me who could be the difference maker in this series, and he's not on OKC. It's Julius Randle. Julius Randle has played great. Julius Randle is more versatile than people have credited him for over the years. Julius Randle can fit in a variety of ways. I look at Minnesota, and they've been a step beyond OKC already. And yes, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP. And when Jalen Williams, when J-Dubs is playing the way we've seen him play, Oklahoma City's better. But if you ask me, I look at it now, and I'm going Julius Randle. Julius Randle
you're leaning,
is the difference maker because I think SGA and Ant-Man will cancel each other out. And so Julius Randle, who I like tremendously, I worry that my prediction is going to go down the tubes.
Right. So I need to divest myself of all the prejudices here publicly.
Okay.
I root for Minnesota because one of their assistant coaches is Nathan Bubis, who I've known since he was a child. That's not going to influence what I say now. I like Minnesota. I think that they're a very good team. I did not like the Karl Anthony Towns trade. I did not.
You didn't, I know.
I did not. But it seems, because you're talking about Julius Randle, it seems like it has worked out. And I credit Minnesota for getting back to the conference finals 2 years in a row. But, Mike, I think Oklahoma City is a better team. I think Oklahoma City is the class of the West. And I'm going to tell you something else. I think it is much harder to have beaten Denver than to have beaten Golden State without Steph Curry.
Great point.
And I think that the big men on Minnesota, Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle, are going to have a lot more trouble with the two big men, Isaiah Hartenstein, I hope I pronounced that correctly, right? What's the other kid's name? I wrote it down, Chet Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren.
I think it's different than Golden State and the Lakers, who are small.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City is not small.
They got more reinforcements with Naz Reid, and, you know, Minnesota's got a lot of stuff.
And I get that. And the point you make about Randle, I don't know if you know this statistic. In the last 36 games he has played for Minnesota, they are 30-6, and that's his impact. But if I compare the two largest stars, if I compare Gilgeous-Alexander and Anthony
Edwards, you give me the advantage.
Oh, Gilgeous-Alexander, because of this. And tell me if you don't agree on this. His bad games are better than Anthony Edwards' bad games.
He can have some bad shooting games, but he's also probably a better defender and a better team defender in that concept.
Moves the ball around better to the other players.
That too.
So we're on opposite
forward
sides
to this series. But I know I told you you asked me which way I'm leaning.
You're leaning. You're leaning. Okay. At least you didn't push.
No, I can't push.
No. Let's dig back into the NBA playoffs with our great friend from NBA Today and NBA Countdown, Mr. Kendrick Perkins, who is in Oklahoma City, where he played.
OKC.
He played there.
Yes, he did.
Game is tonight. The Timberwolves and the Thunder, they open tonight. You're there in person. What specifically will you be watching for in Game 1?
Oh, I'm watching the Minnesota Timberwolves, and I'm watching their leader and their best player, Anthony Edwards. this is a moment for him. He has a golden opportunity to go out here and snatch game one, especially when you look at Oklahoma coming off a tough 7-game series against the Denver Nuggets, physically and emotionally drained, and now all of a sudden you have 5 days off and you're the Minnesota Timberwolves. You look to come in here and snatch game one. And I don't want Anthony Edwards to be Anthony Edwards tonight. I want Anthony Edwards to be Ant-Man. I want him to play the wrong way, not the right way, meaning he got to come out shooting the hell out the basketball. I don't want to see the facilitating. Damn it, in order for them to win this series, win this game, Anthony Edwards is going to have to average 30 to 35 points.
Ooh. Like hearing that. Tony never wants to talk about the New York teams, but I'm going to do that. Pacers, Knicks, Perk start tomorrow night. How different are the Pacers from the Celtics team than the Knicks that the Knicks just beat? Seems like they're very different to me.
What the difference is that, one, everybody on the Pacers is shooting the three ball at a high clip, and they push the pace, not just in transition off of steals and missed shots. They push the pace on made shots. So the Knicks they do a great job of crashing the glass, especially the guards offensively. But in this series, they're going to have to get back. And also, I'm going to say this, a lot of love has been shown to Tyrese Halliburton, and rightfully so. But that damn Miles Turner has been a problem on both ends of the floor. He's leading the postseason right now in block shots. He has definitely been the difference maker for the Pacers, and Karl Anthony Towns is going to have to accept the challenge, dominate the challenge, especially if the Knicks are trying to win this series.
All right, Perk, a lot of eyebrows went up yesterday when you said Jalen Brunson is the best player left in the playoffs. I loved hearing you say that, but right away I thought, okay, what does Perk see in Brunson that he's not necessarily seeing in SGA and Ant-Man?
I'm saying the same thing, Wilbon, that you used to see in Jordan. When it matters the most, he gonna take you home. He's the best player in a clutch time in the postseason. He's been closing out games in great fashion. I know one thing about big body Brunson. When it gets tight and it gets in the fourth quarter, I know that he's going to take the Knicks home. That's the one thing I know about him more so than anybody else. And there's no disrespect to SGA, there's no disrespect to Ant-Man. Both of those guys have done a beautiful job this postseason. But Jalen Brunson has done it the entire season, regular season and postseason. And he gets it done at home and on the road.
I can just imagine Anthony Edwards listening to Perk and saying, what? What? Okay, let's get you out of here on this. Chris Haynes reports that Giannis will meet with the Bucks this week. If you were in Giannis's shoes, what would you say to them?
Well, it's not just about Giannis. If I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I say to Giannis, it's time for us to move on. I think, it's nothing else that the Bucks could do right now to bring in pieces around Giannis to make them a legit title contender. At some point, the Bucks got to look at their organization and do what's best for their organization, and that's not holding on to Giannis Antetokounmpo. And if I'm Giannis, I want to go somewhere where I could compete for a title. If I'm Giannis, I want to go somewhere where I could play alongside another superstar, a rising superstar that has the same type of mentality as me, like a Victor Wembanyama or like a Cade Cunningham that nobody is talking about right now. Can you imagine Giannis in Detroit with Cade Cunningham? That duo would be special. But I think feelings should be mutual. I think not only should Giannis be ready to move on, but I think the Bucks should be ready to move on from Giannis as well.
Thank you, Perk, and enjoy the game tonight.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have fun.
It's about to be fired up.
I know it is.
Let's go to the big finish.
Let's
Nets
do it.
manager Carlos Mendoza said he will speak with Juan Soto after Soto watched what he thought was a home run bounce off the Green Monster for a single. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that wasn't Soto's only offense in that category. The opener between the Sky and Fever was the most watched WNBA game in 25 years. You surprised?
No. Caitlin Clark effect, and Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, who plain don't like each other
true.
and have history. New Bears guard Joe Tooney signed a 2-year extension. Is that significant?
Tony, he's got a sort of Pied Piper effect, and people gravitate to him. Sounds like a good move by the Bears. NFL owners are expected to approve players participating in flag football during the 28th Summer Olympics. Your thoughts?
I didn't know there was flag football, but this is the NFL trying to go global.
Trying to go global.
Every chance it can. I understand that. I think they're doing the right thing. Last one, Dodgers have lost 4 in a row. Do you like them to win tonight?
Yeah, you got to always like that lineup to win. I know they got some pitchers out, but the Dodgers, it's a long season. They're going to lose a few in Major League Baseball in 162.
We're out of time. We'll try and do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheiser in studio.
I'm Mike Wilbon. Same time tomorrow, Knuckleheads. You can get the podcast on the app or Apple Podcasts. I'm always in studio, unless I'm in the garden.
Except
in the garden later this week, huh?
Or
you want to come to the garden? Here's SportsCenter.